Hello everybody on YouTube land, and I'm going to do a quick summarise of the last 5 films I've seen at the cinema. I haven't had time to review each film individually, so I thought I'd just do a one-on-one quick review of each movie for you guys because I like to keep up with it, and in future I'll try and keep it down to like individual reviews. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first film I saw was Widows, and Widows is a film about these women who, when their partners die, they have to do a heist to pay off a debt, shall we say, and it's very critically acclaimed, very popular, and very much liked by a lot of people and critics and people on YouTube who think they're film critics as well. You know, it's going down really well. I was a bit disappointed. I'm really sorry to say this, but I didn't really get into it so much. I think it's a very well made film. It's very well acted and written and directed, but it's just, I found it boring. I mean, character development is all good, but I don't know, it just didn't do nothing for me. But I can see that it's a great film. It just wasn't for me. That's the best way I can put it. Critically, it's an 8. Personally, I go about 7. And that's being generous. Okay, Hellfest. Now, critically hated. Personally, I liked it. I've done a review on that one, so that's one review you can say I've done. Like I said, I liked it for what it was. It's not the best of its kind. It was just I found it entertaining, and I enjoyed everything that was going on with the mazes and everything. It's worth a watch, in my opinion, but don't quote me on that. The fact that I give that a higher grade than Widows is probably not a good thing, but personally, or critically on that one is about a 6, and personally about an 8. Eek. Let's move on quickly. Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, what the hell it's called. As a follow-up to the first Fantastic Beasts, which is no surprise there. It's basically Johnny Depp's come back to wreak havoc, and as Grindelwald, and Newt and his mates have got to go and sort it out. And that's what I'm going to say because of spoilers and everything. And this has critically been given a lot of poo reviews. And I can understand why, but I enjoyed it. It's not as good as the first one. I don't think it's as polished as any of the Harry Potter movies, but I could follow it fine. Some reviewers say they can't understand what's going on. I did, and I'm just a regular fan of the series. I like Harry Potter films, but I wouldn't say that I'm, over the top fan. But I do like them, and I go see all of them. I've seen all of them at the cinema, so I do follow it. And I've been to Harry Potter World in London, etc. So, and in Universal Studios. So yes, I am a fan. And so I could follow it. I could follow what was going on quite clear. I mean, it's a bit... there are some issues with... I can see why people are saying, because it doesn't quite match up to things in the books and previous movies. But, yeah, for what it was, I liked it. Critically, again, it's about 7 out of 10. And personally, I give it an 8. An 8. I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't perfect, but I liked it. The Girl in the Spider's Web. They're one of the follow-ups to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And different cast this time, different director, and it feels like it as well. It doesn't feel like a gritty thriller. This feels like an action thriller. And I mean, like, it's good. I mean, it's well made, like I said, and it's got an okay story. It goes at okay pace. It's got some reasonably good action scenes in it. It's a bit too long. The acting's fine. Story is fine. It's just fine. And I mean, I didn't mind the previous one, and I didn't mind the original as well. The original one is probably the best of all of them, but I did quite like the remake, and I didn't mind this one. It was entertaining, but there wasn't anything special. So critically, it's a 7, and personally, it's an 8. You can see a theme here. And finally, Robin Hood. Robin Hood I saw today, and the reviews for that have been very bad. Very bad. And I can see why it is. It's not the best version of Robin Hood, and that's probably the Errol Flynn version. Even though I like Richard Green and Carrie Earls and Men in Tights. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that's blasphemy. A lot of people hate that film, but I quite like Men in Tights. Anyway, Robin Hood with Aaron Edgerton, whatever his name is, from the Kingsman movies, and Jamie Foxx, and Tim Minchin, I think is his name, the guy who wrote the Matilda play in London at the stage show. A very talented man. And somebody else is famous in it, but I can't think of it. Oh, Ben Mendelsohn, he's in it. So anyway, it's Robin Hood. It's like a modern version of Robin Hood, Robin from the Hood, and and yeah, it's okay. I liked it. I wasn't bored. I enjoyed it throughout. Didn't think it was as polished or well made, and it does. I mean, it does kind of do the 300 slow-mo fighting sort of. That's a terrible demonstration, but that's the sort of action it is at times. But yeah, I liked it. I didn't think it was as bad as everybody's making it out to be. I didn't think it was a great film, but I thought it was entertaining enough to kill a couple of hours. I wouldn't say rush to the cinema to see it. I'd say watch it on Netflix or TV or Sky or Amazon or even maybe a rental. Even a rental. I think it isn't as bad as people are saying, and I think it's overall quite entertaining. So yeah, personally on that one again, an 8. Oh dear. Critically, it's about a 6, maybe a 5. But I don't care what critics say. I go by my opinion. So, and you don't have to agree with it either. You can agree with the critics or agree with half the people on YouTube. But anyway, that's it. That's the last 5 films: Widows, Hellfest, Fantastic Beasts, Girl on the Spider's Web, and Robin Hood. All those critically about a 7 out of 10, and me personally, all those about an 8, except for Widows, which I didn't go much on. That's about a 7, and critically an 8. So, what do I know? Anyway, tell me, what have you seen any of those films? Did you like any of those films? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? I'm happy to hear your thoughts. Let's discuss it down in those comments below. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching my video, and see you in the next one, guys. Thanks very much. Toodaloo.